Hello, hello, what up, it's Tony Movie Madman, and I'm back. And today is Wednesday, so today we're continuing our Marvel subject, the MCU. Be a bit more exciting today because I know a bit more about this one, because today we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy in 4K. So here we go then, this is the first Guardians. Looks nice, doesn't it, already? Nice purple front there. There's a nice back cover there as well. We'll look at the discs first too, how's that? So you've got the new design of that front cover that they changed that I told you about a couple of weeks ago. That's on the 4K disc there, even though it's not on there, but it's there. Yeah, and then you've got a normal Blu-ray here as well. Nice little Chris Pratt there for you, Mr. Star-Lord. So, little exciting story for you. When this first came out in the cinema, obviously Marvel films were pretty big back then. I say that, they still are now, but they were pretty massive back then as well. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, was the first film to be released that contained characters that I hadn't heard of before, and I was a bit like, what the hell's Guardians of the Galaxy? That just sounds like a really stupid children's cartoon. Turns out it wasn't a really stupid children's cartoon, it was a film. So yeah, so I kind of went into the cinema thinking, I'm not sure how good this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be particularly entertaining at all, and it turned out to be one of the best Marvel films that I'd seen. Up to that point, it was probably my favourite Marvel film. I ended up seeing this, I think, 17 times in the cinema, which is quite a lot for someone watching the same film in the cinema, I know. But, you know, sorry, I liked it, so I watched it more than once, alright? Go over it. So this is the origin story of the Guardians. You get to see how all the characters meet and become friends / a family. You know, Vin Diesel's in this, so there has to be family mentioned. Bradley Cooper and Vin Diesel provide the voices of Rocket and Groot, and they both give off some pretty good performances as well. I mean, Vin Diesel just says, "I am Groot" all the way through, but that's fine. He probably did that because he couldn't learn any other lines. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, all the Guardians meet in this. You know, you've seen it. I don't need to tell you that. I don't need to tell you what this is about, really, do I? It's about Guardians, and they look after the galaxy. Let's talk about Disney Plus here, because this is one of the films that you watch on Disney Plus, and you'll get the IMAX enhanced scenes with it as well, which does make a more fun experience for you if you like IMAX stuff. It does make a bit more of a entertaining experience for you, doesn't it? It does. You're right. But yeah, I mean, I still enjoy watching the Blu-ray as well, mainly because I've seen the IMAX version in the cinema and the IMAX version on Disney Plus, and there was different things in the IMAX version in the cinema, especially watching it in 3D. There was some frame breaking moments in 3D. The first time I saw a 2D version of Guardians, the IMAX version, it still had frame breaking moments in it, which was pretty impressive. It's one of the only 2D films I've seen that breaks frame. But then when they put it on Disney Plus, the IMAX enhanced version of that, they didn't include the frame breaking moments in there, so I was a little bit like, I'm not as interested in this now. I want it to break frame, but it didn't, so I was a bit upset. If you don't understand what frame breaking is, it's when you've got black bars at the top and the bottom of the screen, and then something will go over those bars and you'll see it over the bar, if that makes sense. Ghostbusters 2016 did it a lot. People didn't like Ghostbusters 2016. We won't talk about that film, I don't want to start losing subscribers. But yeah, there was some frame breaking moments in this, and they didn't include it on the disc, they didn't include it on Disney Plus either, so I'm not sure why. Maybe they thought that the public don't like frame breaking shots. So you got frames, black lines, that's your frame, top and the bottom. Or if you're anything like Zack Snyder, you put your black lines on the side of the screen, like he did for Justice League, saying that was an IMAX shot, but it wasn't. It was 4.3 and IMAX is 1.7. That's the ratio of the screen. It's just what it's called. But yeah, I mean, a lot of films come with standard bars at the top and bottom of the screen. It's known as 2.3, and then the bars will disappear when the IMAX shots come in, and will stretch out to 1.7, and then the bars will come back again for the normal frame shots. I like a bit of frame. I love talking about frames. There's a film coming out in the cinema at the end of September that's shot in 2.7, so it's literally going to have the thickest frames ever at the top and the bottom of the screen, and I can't wait to see it. A lot of people say, like, what's so fascinating about a black screen? You watch a film that's shot in 2.7 and you've literally got about 50% of a black screen at the top and the bottom, and then you've got your image in the middle. But yeah, I think a lot of people find bars annoying and frames annoying and would rather everything just be open, but you know, they don't always do that, do they? So if I was going to compare this to Disney Plus, I would say that the Disney Plus stream is still sort of wins, because it's got the IMAX bits in it as well, whereas it doesn't on the disc. But all in all, I want the one that isn't out. So, you know, if Disney could get around to releasing a frame breaking 2D version of this, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that, thank you. If not, then it's fine. I mean, I still like the film, I still enjoy it, it's still brilliant. Yeah, it's a really good achievement. Very funny. You like a bit of funny, don't you? Unless you hate comedies, one of these weirdos that doesn't like laughing. Yeah, so that was Guardians for you. I managed to make that video more than a minute and a half, so that was exciting. So I'm going to go. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or if I haven't pissed you off, and I'm going to fuck off. Okay? Goodbye.